All right, everyone. It is a beautiful day here at Bosak Motors in Merrillville, Indiana. And I just wanted to show you here, we have our first 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And this is the 5-passenger version, so this is going to be the shorter wheelbase. This is our brand new redesigned Grand Cherokee. Obviously was, we do have the old body style, the WK, like that black one there. This is going to be the new gen, and this is the 5-passenger, not the 3-row that has been out for some time yet. So we're going to take a quick look at this and kind of show you some of that seating differences in the second row and the storage area, which is supposed to be larger than the previous model WK on storage, but just a great looking vehicle here. Sharp looking truck for sure. So we've got the new redesigned 20-inch wheels here on the new Grand Cherokee. You can see here it's kind of a throwback to the old kind of snowflake wheels they used to put, and it looks like currently they are wrapping this in a a Continental cross contact tire on there, so that should be good for everyday driving all season and maybe a little light off-roading. The tread pattern looks pretty decent there. So this one's the white, bright white with the black painted roof, giving a very unique look to the Jeep. Come over to the back here, you can see we've got the exhaust cutouts just like the Grand Cherokee L. This one does have a Hemi in it, and this is the higher trim level, the Summit. So you can see that back end's a little bit different than the Grand Cherokee L. Shorter wheelbase here, but very well equipped. You're going to have all the standard equipment: leather, heated seats, ventilated seats, dual panoramic sunroof, LED headlamps, driving lights, fog lamps, forward collision warning, front and rear parking sensors, adaptive cruise control. Let's go ahead and jump into the interior. That front, again, very similar to the Grand Cherokee L. Got that piano black interior on the dash, and then we've got our black leather with fine detailing, embroidering on the backrest, perforated seats for the ventilation. Very classy looking interior. Come over to the door here. It really pops when you open that door. You've got that real open pore wood trim on the Summit with memory seats, power folding mirrors, featuring a Macintosh audio system as well, and of course all of your seat controls. And the Summits will also have this extension here as well, which you won't find on other Grand Cherokees. Power tilting telescoping steering wheel, of course automatic headlights, interior ambient lighting adjustments, and then new for the Grand Cherokee is the passenger interactive display, which I would imagine with some time we probably will see in the Grand Cherokee L, as this is probably going to be a nice feature to have for the passenger to be able to adjust navigation and things like that. Passenger screen looks like this is the button here. Yep, there it goes. It's not going to be very viewable for the driver, so this angle is going to be a little rough here for us. Trying to catch this on camera just so you can get a rough idea. But beautiful dashboard, leather wrapped, and then you're going to have a suede-like headliner on the interior as well, and that's going to bring you to the dual panoramic sunroof that we've come to recognize and see in the higher trim level Grand Cherokees. Very big dual pane roof with a power shade. Just the glass portion is going to open, the rear is going to be fixed. And then coming over to the driver seat here, you can see you've got the new Uconnect 5 infotainment system with our 10-inch display that's going to feature wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto navigation. A lot of redundant controls down below for your heated seats, heated steering wheel, ventilated seats, dual climate control for driver and passenger, of course, all your hard controls for volume, radio, channels, and presets. You have select terrain air suspension. I know that the manufacturer's been having some issues with having the parts availability, so I don't know if that's going to be the case here with the non-L Grand Cherokee, but we do have had adjustable air suspension and our select terrain mode for our four-wheel drive system there on the left. Our forward low, of course. And you're gonna have a little bit of storage here with the cup holders, and up front we should have a little bit more storage with a wireless charging pad, and then 2 USBs, 2 USB-Cs, auxiliary port, HDMI for the passenger display, and car port here are a 12-volt plug. Come over to the driver's beautiful steering wheel, open pore wood brought here. Now, previous generation, I know Overlands and Summits, they used to do the half kind of hardened wood trim on the top. So this is just completely leather wrapped with a little bit of detail here around the bottom edge. So that's a little different. And then that new steering wheel designed by Jeep, of course, paddle shifters and audio controls on the back side of the steering wheel. Right side is going to be your cruise control and adaptive cruise control as well. And then the left side is going to control the driver's display to show everything from fuel economy, trip information, tire pressure, battery voltage. And it's also going to feature a heads-up display, which it is daytime, so you can kind of see it flickering there. That's because of the camera capturing, but in person, that's a fresh, image there that's solid, that you can adjust that brightness, the details there, and height of that through the driver display. You can see here, you can see navigation as well for the driver, so you don't have to look down to the right on that driver's side. But a ton of information can be displayed through this driver's screen. Come over to the mirror. This is going to be new for the Grand Cherokee as well, and this is a digital rear view mirror, so you're not having to look through obstructions on that back, through the back, through the door, through the seats and whatnot. You can have a digital view, a little bit wider view, and a very clear, vivid screen of those vehicles behind you. And then, of course, if I flip this over in reverse here, you're going to see the 360 camera. That's going to give you those images stitched together, give you that top bird's eye view. And of course, our backup camera with active grid lines, that we turn that wheel, those lines will move and give you an idea of kind of where you're going to land up. Center point if you're going to need to hitch up as well. So that's very time saving. Of course, our new Uconnect system, there's plenty of videos out there in regards to how to operate the system. But again, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Of course, you're going to have satellite radio included with the vehicle, along with the connected services where you can remotely unlock, lock the vehicle, start the vehicle, track it when it's parked, monthly health reports, your climate control, again, redundant controls down below, navigation as well, of course, phone connectivity, and vehicle information and settings are going to be done all through here. There is also voice recognition capabilities as well. By simply saying, "Hey, Uconnect," and she will listen to you, and you can tell her things like changing your radio stations, changing your climate control. Up top here, you're going to have lane departure, lane management system, turning on and off here, traction control, hazards, parking sensors, your parallel and perpendicular parking. This vehicle can back itself into parking spots, and then turning on and off the passenger screen. So again, very, very beautiful interior. And definitely bringing a lot of that Grand Cherokee L in this, obviously being the very similar platform. And I just noticed here, really cool, first time for a Grand Cherokee, we've got passenger memory seats. That's wild. So passenger memory seats there, very, very cool. And then that little button there you see up at the top and on the driver's side, it will actually activate your massaging seats, which is available on the Grand Cherokee L, and obviously this new Grand Cherokee as well. So that you can see, you push that button here, that's going to go over to comfort, and you can change the type of massaging that you want, low, medium, high, different patterns, waterfall, lower back, extend, low extend, rock climb. So they've kind of created these unique names for the type of massage, and then you can change the intensity level too. So very cool. And again, if we jump over back to comfort, you'll see here there's redundant controls there, as you do have at the bottom, for the heated seats, heated steering wheel, and ventilated seats. And I believe you're going to have 3 levels for each of those. Yep, 3 for the heated seats and 3 for the ventilated as well. And the steering wheel typically has on and off, and that's it. Yep, so on and off for the driver, passenger, the steering wheel rather. So very, very cool, awesome. Really happy to see this in our inventory. I know these are starting to hit the lots. So if you're looking for a white Grand Cherokee Summit with the black top and the Hemi, I think that's going to be a harder find here for some time, unless you want to factory order one, which we can help you do If you want to factory order your own custom vehicle, we can do that for you, no problem. We are Jeep experts here at Bosak Motors, so if you have any questions, we can help you out with that and help you with suggestions in ordering that next vehicle. Again, that stitching, that beautiful trim wood on the doors, that Macintosh brought right back to the back passengers. So I had my seat cranked pretty far back there. I'm quite tall at 6'4". So let's take a look at how this feels comfort-wise back here. These rear seats do recline, so that helps a bit. So if you've got somebody really tall, you're going to see quite snug here. I'm going to go back in that front seat and see how that feels. But just to go over this real quick for you, you got dual climate control in the back. So you've got quad climate control. So driver, passenger, rear passenger side, separate controls. And we've got heated and ventilated seats. First time in a Grand Cherokee having ventilated seats in the second row. That was first introduced. I've seen it in the second row in the Ram. And you've got a 115 volt power source, and again 2 USB and 2 USB-Cs for the back passengers to charge up their devices there as well. Very comfortable seating, but a bit snug with that front seat forward. So let me move that seat forward here to a driving position for somebody that's 6'4", and see how that feels. The only thing I kind of wish they would have maybe brought the seating controls up top here, so I don't have to dig down to the side. So we've got the seat cranked all the way up. Let's bring it down a little bit. Sorry for this delay here. This is just kind of an on-the-fly video. Don't really have any help to make these videos, but hopefully this give you a rough idea of what this is like. So again, 6'4". This is my viewing right now as a 6'4" person. The top of my head is touching this a little bit, this edge. My hair is touching there. So if I lean the seat back a little bit, that's a little better. So it seems a little snug up and down compared to the old WK, but I think this is a pretty good, comfortable driving position for me with the seat. So let's jump back and see how my back passengers would feel if I was driving this vehicle. I think it's going to be a little snug feeling. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little snug. I don't know if the storage has increased in the new body style versus the WK previous gen, but if you plan on having very tall people in the front row and second row, you may want to consider the WK versus this new Grand Cherokee. But if you're of average height and you got children or average sized people, you'd probably be fine. Let's go ahead and jump over to the back here. Of course, we've got power liftgate, backup camera, backup sensors. There should be a hitch underneath that cover too, as long as the parts weren't on restriction. Been running into a lot of that. We've got the Berber carpets here on the inside. You've got the subwoofer. Definitely lots of storage, I can tell. And as you can see there, I had that rear seat reclined in that second row. Come over underneath this storage area here. We're gonna have a full-size spare tire, a little bit of storage area just like they did before on the previous gen. So plenty of space there. And then our lift gate is adjusted right there, and that should close right down. So we'll come over to the passenger side so you can just take a quick look at the interior here on the passenger side. You do have rear window shades here for the back passengers. You've got little ones, you want to block out the sun. And then over on the driver's side, of course, you do have blind spot monitoring on the mirrors, power folding mirrors as well. So that'll be this little guy right here. Will light up when someone's in your blind spot, turn signals on those mirrors. I'd imagine there's probably ambient lighting behind these door handles too. Yep, it does look like there's a little lighting. So just like the Grand Cherokee L. And you've got passive entry on the door handles by simply pressing this to lock it. These three little lines, putting the hand behind the door handle. And it looks like that's going to operate on all four doors. Being the Summit trim level, I'd imagine the lower trims are probably only going to be front doors, not all four doors to have that passive entry. But beautiful looking Jeep for sure. A nice crisp cold day here in Merrillville, Indiana. We've got some snow coming tonight, I believe. But hit me up if you're looking for a Grand Cherokee Summit with a Hemi. This is probably the only one in the area here for some time. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout. My direct line is 219-525-4300. 4304. Again, 219-525-4304. This is Garcia from Bosak Motors in Merrillville, Indiana. If I can help you on this or anything else, let me know, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks for watching.